The government of Sindh is responsible for maintaining and improving the overall social and economic indicators of the province by providing a comprehensive framework for the collection and distribution of resources amongst the departments for better service delivery. The Finance Department of the Government of Sindh maintains control over public spending, setting the direction of the provincial economic policy by ensuring balanced development and regional equity. The Finance Department functions in light of the constitutional framework of distribution of resources and provincial budget making and expenditure. Article 118 of the Constitution of Pakistan states, Provincial Consolidated Fund and Public Account. All revenues received by the provincial government, all loans raised by that government, and all monies received by it in repayment of any loan shall form part of a consolidated fund to be known as the Provincial Consolidated Fund. Therefore, all the receipts, whether from the Federation or the provinces, flow into the Provincial Consolidated Fund. The major account of the provincial government maintained with the State Bank of Pakistan is Account 1. All key expenditures like salaries and operations of the provincial government are met from this account. The Sindh government primarily relies on federal receipts, which are around 70% of the total provincial budget. Revenues collected by the federal government are distributed under Article 160 of the Constitution, which provides a formula under the National Finance Commission for the distribution of resources between the Federation and the provinces. The National Finance Commission has finance ministers of all 4 provinces, the Federal Minister for Finance and statutory members from the provinces. Under Article 160, funds to all 4 provinces are distributed through the Federal Divisible Pool. The federal government receives funds from various sources like income tax, sales tax, and customs duties. Through the Federal Divisible Pool, the federal government keeps 42.5% of the total collections, and the remaining 57.5% is distributed amongst all 4 provinces. The 4-point criteria to determine the amount of funds for each province includes population of province 82%, ratio of poverty 10.3%, revenue collection 5%, inverse population density 2.7%. As a result, the Sindh government receives 24.55% of the amount distributed amongst the provinces. In financial year 2019-2020, 835.4 billion rupees were required to be transferred to the Sindh government through the Federal Divisible Pool. However, the amount received was 629.4 billion rupees, 25% less than the determined amount. Because of COVID-19, FBR collected less than the projected receipts, particularly after March 2020. The estimated share for Sindh for the financial year 2020-21 is 760 billion. In 2010, after an amendment to the Constitution, the provinces were empowered to collect sales tax on services. In the following year, the Sindh Revenue Board successfully collected 16.6 billion rupee. Post 18th Amendment, the Sindh Revenue Board has continued to progress, collecting sales tax on services amounting to 99.8 billion in financial year 2019-20. The target for financial year 2020-21 is set at 125 billion rupees. Besides Sindh Revenue Board, excise and taxation is also a prominent contributor. Its major sources of collection are Sindh Infrastructure Development Cess, property tax, and motor vehicle tax. The Department of Excise and Taxation collected 68.6 billion rupees in 2019-20, and the target for financial year 2020-21 is 88 billion rupees. Another main contributor is the Board of Revenue. Its sources are stamp duty, registration fee, and agricultural income tax. In 2019-20, the Board of Revenue collected 13.6 billion rupees and set a target of 34 billion rupees for financial year 2020-21. Subsequent to the 18th Amendment, the provinces receive a greater share from the federal divisible pool, increasing the resources as well as the responsibility of the provincial government for service delivery.
The provincial governments rely on the federal government on most of their financial resources. The Constitution of Pakistan enables the Federation and the provinces to collect taxes. Majority of the major taxes are collected by the Federation and then they are distributed among the provinces as per the National Finance Commission Award. The structure of the Constitution is such, the structure of tax collection is such, more than 80% of taxes are collected by the federal government. This leaves very little room for the provinces for tax collection. The province of Sindh endeavors hard to increase its tax base and to increase its provincial financial resources. We've got three major departments, and I'm glad to tell you that out of the three, two departments, the Sindh Revenue Board and the Excise and Taxation Department, not only collects the targeted taxes, but at times have exceeded the targets. The Board of Revenue, which is a little far behind, is also picking up. During the last 10 years, we've increased our taxes many folds. As an example, the tax collection of the provinces was around 20 billion rupees in the year 2010, a little over 20 billion. Now it is almost 200 billion rupees, a huge increase of 1,000%. Going forward, we are making more efforts to increase our financial resources, and I'm sure that the collective efforts of our revenue collection authorities would enable us to bridge the gap which the lower national tax collection is putting on our development portfolio.
Government of Sindh is striving for a better future for the people of Sindh with excellence, commitment, and diligence.